everybody, my name is Demian Solis. I am an autodidact painter and a writer from Mexico. And with this video I will officially begin my series of tutorials regarding how to make a Magic the Gathering altar. I will explain to you from the materials that we will be using to the very basics of this. And later on I will give you more advanced information, for example how to apply a lacquer or how to paint in a foil card. Now, a very important thing, I don't claim to be an expert. I actually don't have art education. What I will do is to share my experiences and what I have learned so far with you. I will try to explain as best as I can. Now, on why I'm doing this series of videos. When I began looking for this information, I found that basically there was none outside of some speed paintings in YouTube and a very small blog in which they gave very basic information. But actually it was not that helpful at all for me. So I found myself reading a lot, studying a lot, watching many art tutorials in YouTube. And I also ruined a lot of Magic the Gathering cards. And then when I began working on this, I found that my art was basically rejected in my Magic the Gathering community. But I didn't give up because I knew that I had something. I loved my work. I loved what I was doing. So I decided to share it in some very big Facebook groups of Magic the Gathering, and that's when I began to receive pretty positive comments. So I knew that I was walking the right path. And well, it's been a while since that, but now I have decided to share all of this information with you. Now, just don't forget, please, it's pretty important that all of your comments, all of your doubts, all of your positive, constructive comments, please place them in the comment section below so I know what kind of content make for you. Okay, and also, if you want to know more about me, you can find my social media in the description of this video, and so you can help me, please. It would be good if you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel so I can reach more people, and then I will be able to make more videos for you. Okay, I thank you very much for this. Have an amazing one. Bye. And well, first the basics. Obviously you will need a base of water for your brushes and the painting. Okay, next you will need a base in order to put your paintings. It could be something like this, or I've seen people using, for example, old CDs or towers of new CDs. You can also use, I don't know, some paper or something. The thing is that you will need to use only a base in order to put your paint. It's not necessary that you buy something extremely expensive in order to do it. And also, well, like I just was showing, you will need some paper, maybe a base, so you can make some drawings that you will need. Next up is your brushes. Okay, there are many types of brushes, many thicknesses. The ones that I use are the smaller ones. Yeah. I have many sizes because I make bigger paintings, but the ones that you're going to use on Magic the Gathering altars, since they are freaking small, which I use, is 0 and number 2. Okay. Sometimes I can use something like this, number 6, but it's pretty rare. It's extremely rare. What I mostly use is 0 and 2. There are different materials of them that are natural. Okay. Now, regarding brushes, I want you to see these are used brushes, and their threads are already like separating from the main one, for the main thing. So when this happens, sometimes you can cut them very carefully, so you can still using this. Okay, this will make them slimmer, but you can still use them. But obviously, the thing that will tell you when to change it is how you feel the brush when you are painting. Now this is the look of the new ones. This is the new. This is the used. Okay, this look way sharper per se. Now, regarding materials, the prices, I'm not pretty sure. I mean, like, it will depend on your country regarding all the materials. I will suggest that you buy professional materials. Also, among professional materials, there are different prices, but always use professional materials. Why? If you buy the cheapest things, it's possible that you won't be able to get a good result from your work. Next, you will need markers. For example, these are pretty slim markers. Sorry. This is 0.05. This is the one that I mostly use in order to make very thin details. This is a regular pen. You can also use it. It's very rare, but you can still use it. The ones that I use the most markers are like I was telling you, 0.05, 0.1, and 0.2. Okay, like everything that you will be using, it will depend on your ability or on your technique. Okay, now you will need to practice a lot if this is the first time that you are doing it. If you have experience already, it's possible also that you will need a lot of practice, but it won't be that much. There's another type of marker I use, double-sided. With time, with practice, and trying different materials, you will know which one you will need. Also, pencil, painting pencils, different thicknesses. I'm not pretty sure the term for that. In here in Mexico, I usually use HB and 4H. And this will use them. You will use them for this. Once you have your others, you may require to do some sketches on the card themselves. These are some works that I'm working on. That's basically what you will use the pencil for. Once you have made this in pencil, you may be using the markers in order to paint this. Some works. Okay, now next, the paint itself. The paint also will depend a lot on your country. For example, I'm using this kind of cheap brand in my country. There are different sizes for them. I have different sizes because it will depend on how much use of these paints. I'm sorry. What I use the most is gray and white. The black is also a color that you will use a lot, but not as much as this, because these are used in almost every painting for cover for the base of the card. I also use this cheap paint with this. I'm not pretty sure about the pronunciation of the name. Is for me is Schminky. I'm pretty sure. This is the brand that I use. Also, I can recommend Citadel painting, but is very expensive in my country, so that's why I use this. I used a couple other paint brands, but the thing is that I don't like their thickness, the way that the paint feels. In this case, I suppose you will have to test them and see which one is good for you. There's another brand I use, Reeves. This is for the golden color only. Something else you will need is this, a toothpick. This you use it for the finishing touches on the cards. Whenever you finish your card, there are some excess. There is some paint excess that you will need to retrieve, and that's why you will use it. Also, well, I was completely forgetting an eraser and a sharpener. That's for the pencil. Something else you will need is this tape. This kind of tape. Kind of paper tape. Now, I have this. I don't use it a lot. Why? I don't know in your country. I don't know how to explain this, because I don't know if the quality of this is different in every country, because I have seen some other artists using it for their altars. But the thing is that I have tried to use this with different brands in my altars, and what it causes is that it will peel the painting of the card whenever I do it, the base itself of the card. So this doesn't work for me. Maybe in your country, I don't know, or maybe I don't know how to use it correctly. That could be also a thing, or maybe there are other brands that I haven't found that I could use. What else are we doing? Let's see. Okay. Oh, I was forgetting. Kitchen napkins. These are pretty important. These are in order to keep your workplace clean. But even if you use this, it's important that you know that your workspace will get dirty no matter what. Okay, but this is to keep it cleaner for the base when you're painting, and also you will use them for, well, in order to clean some paint excess, or to clean your brushes from painting. Okay, now another important thing, once you have finished your painting, you will need to cover it with this lacquer, spray lacquer. Okay, now regarding lacquer, it's kind of hard to apply. Okay, it cost me about 2 bottles of this to learn how to do it, and a lot of cards to throw to the trash. Okay, like I was telling you, this tutorial is only in order to see some information about the materials that we will be using, and later, if you want to, I can make a tutorial in order to apply this, and later we will see, like I mentioned, how to make altars from scratch. We will be using some of these cards, for example. After you have applied this lacquer and your painting is totally dry, you need to protect it. Now, it's very important. What you are doing is not playing. This is a work of art. Okay, this is a real painting. So it's pretty important, one, that you take your work seriously, and two, you have to protect it, because it's something that it has cost you effort, time, and materials. Okay, so it's very important that you have to protect it. Now, what I use is I use double sleeves on every altar in order to protect it. These are perfect size sleeves. You will put the card in here and then place it in another sleeve. You can use any brand that you like. For example, I use Dragon Shield and Ultra Pro, for example. You can use whatever brand you like. Now, why you use double sleeve is because you have to protect it from humidity and from dust. I don't know, maybe you can use these kind of boxes also in order to store your altars. Also, to store, let me stand up just a moment. Thank you. You will have to use this, a carpet, and some more sleeves. Nine spaces sleeves. Okay, in order to protect your work. Now, I use it with this because of the dust itself. Okay, it depends on you. Now, once I have finished my work, in order to, well, for the clients to receive it, I ship it like this. I use this bubble package. I put it in here, close it, and then put it in a box. Oh, I was forgetting. After I had put the altar in double sleeve, I put it in a hard sleeve. But I don't have one at the moment. I put it in a hard sleeve, then this, and then the box, in order to protect it, because sometimes the postal services are very bad all over the world. It doesn't matter where. And okay, now this is what I have so far for you. Okay, if you have any doubt, any comment about what we have seen, I will make more videos if you need to know more specific things about either a material or a technique. Okay, Now, please, once again, remember to like, subscribe, and share so I can reach more people and make more content for you. Okay, I thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye.